Hey everybody. So before we get to today's episode, I have to make a sad announcement. Greg Page has passed away. It happened today, May 13th, and I debated on whether or not to publish this episode. It just didn't feel right. It was we record on Friday, and it was all edited, ready to go, and it just didn't feel right to publish it without saying something about Greg. And those of you that have been listening for a while know that, I've known Greg for many years. He was the state chair in Ohio when I was in college in Ohio, and I got to know him really well. Served on the EC with him, and just overall great guy. He couldn't ask for anybody to love and give more to powerlifting than Greg. And yeah, listening to this episode is not going to be reflective of how we all feel today because again, we recorded prior to the knowledge of Greg's passing. But I just wanted to throw that out there for everybody. Please keep, Greg's family and friends in your prayers. And yeah, Greg, there's really no words to say, but I appreciate you and we'll definitely miss you, man. All right, here's the episode as was recorded prior to this news.
Welcome to the Powerlifting and Power Ballads podcast, where we bring you a weekly dose of powerlifting news, tips, and training advice with a touch of 80s rock ballads. This podcast is presented by Team Roar Powerlifting, your source of the most comprehensive coaching and meet day preparation. Here are your hosts, Josh Rohr and Lara Sturm.
Welcome to episode 245. How are you, Josh?
I'm good. How are you?
I am okay. A little all over the place, but I'm here.
Yeah. So I realized last week we said episode 243, but that's what I wrote, but it was actually episode 244. So
Oh my
I
God,
put it.
do
I wrote
better.
it. I made the title fine, but yeah. Anyway.
It's okay.
Um.
You could just say I said it wrong.
Well, I actually edited it out. I did a voiceover. So you clearly haven't listened to last week's episode. It says, "Welcome to episode 240. It's you," and I just dubbed over it with my voice. It says 4.
Nice. Well done. Well done.
Yeah,
I like it. Well, this is
got to keep the
officially
quality standards.
245. Can you believe we've done 245 of these? Crap. Wow.
Yeah.
I did notice there was a link or something you shared with me, and it said something about share out to our listener.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did he do that on purpose?
Absolutely.
Nice, nice, nice. All right.
But you never know, because I do spell
You never
things
know.
wrong often
Yeah.
enough that
I,
could have been legit.
I call it the fuck up fairy flying low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of fuck up fairies, last episode 244, I decided to start putting bloopers at the end. So
Oh, nice.
there's a short period of bloopers after the credits roll and everything. So it's at the very, very end. So the little Easter egg
Nice.
in there.
Yeah, nice. All right. That sounds kind of interesting. It's probably the thing that would be like the highlight of the week for everyone to listen to.
Yeah. So I'm going to start doing that from like every episode, assuming because let's be honest, we fuck up enough that there's enough material every episode to put at the end.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've been calling for our uplifting songs list, and I have to say I'm one of the people that have not gotten a list. Keeps meaning to do it, and I keep adding songs to my playlist, so it's going to be really tough. But maybe you could blast me over the link because I'm useless and can't find any links when I actually need them.
Got it.
And yeah, but we only have one submission so far.
Yeah, only one. And just so people that are listening, if you're trying to find the link, the link is literally in every episode description of every podcast that we've done so far. It's also in the link in the bio of our Instagram page. And I think that's it right now.
All right, so I'm in the bio and top 5 driving songs playlist. Oh, uplifting songs. Oh, it's right there. Okay. All
It's right
right.
there. Yep.
Well, I'll get on
And
that. Have
Okay.
you done your list though, Josh?
No, I haven't. I have
See,
not.
see,
Yeah, I've had a lot going on and haven't thought about
yeah.
it, to be honest with you. And I don't even know, like this one, I was all about it, but the more I think about it, I'm like, I don't know that I really have songs that I listen to for like uplifting purposes.
Well, maybe you need to.
Yeah, right. You're angry all the time. You really ought to come up with a list
Well, really my whole goal of this is to get other people's uplifting songs.
and
So
expand your horizon.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I want that ultimate uplifting list for myself because I've been starting my days like that recently. I used to listen to like a news podcast, and I have found that like, wow, I know this is probably not like crazy to imagine. If you start your day with a news podcast, there's not a whole lot of great, awesome things going on in the news very often.
Yeah, it really
And
sets you up
then,
for a
yeah, it kind of
midday.
sets you up for a meh day. It kind of sets the tone for the day. So if you start with the uplifting songs and you're like dancing around as you're like getting ready and, singing in the shower and stuff, like that starts your day a whole lot better.
Yeah,
And if you got one thing you can control, it's your attitude.
that's
So,
true. So, for those that have not submitted yet, the deadline that we put out there was May 16th. Just saying that's in a few days.
okay. Yeah. We have a few
So,
days. A few days.
yeah. Well, this comes out on Wednesday the 13th. So, when this comes out, it's literally three
Yeah.
days.
So,
So, get your shit together, people.
well, this is my call for them to help me.
Help. Yeah.
Yeah, help me. And you never know, like that list of songs might be that thing that other people start listening to and it, takes them off the edge.
And you're gonna put
That's,
you're gonna put it together, all the songs together on Spotify, right? Like you
sure.
did for the volunteering you.
Yeah.
That way people can play that a list of all of those together. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that works.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a call for all your uplifting songs so we can all keep each other together and not have to throat punch anyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are really trying to cut back.
On throat punching.
Yes. I didn't say stop. I said cut back.
Exactly. Exactly.
All
So,
right.
what else is going on?
So the USA Powerlifting put out a social media post, I don't know, last week, something like that, about how to qualify for IDFPA Worlds. And basically, it was win your weight class at nationals and you're in. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. And then the alternates were going to be selected by ranking, but it didn't specify what the ranking was. The word on the street is it'll just be the next best lifter, the next best total in that weight class. So for example, if a 75 kilo lifter backs out that won nationals, then the next lifter at 75 kilos, the next best total will make the team. I'm actually against that. And they haven't officially announced how it's going to be yet. My argument is that the rank national champions make the team automatically for sure, on board with that. But the alternates should be selected by dots for two reasons. Because in many cases, and again, I'm a nerd, so I put together the results of nationals last year along with the other meets that count. So basically, Arnold and Worlds, Arnold from this year, 2026, and Worlds from 2025 are also meets that can qualify you for Worlds through the alternate pool. And what we found, or what I found, was that there were many weight classes where the second place total actually exceeded the second place total in the weight class above them. So let's just, okay, straight up example, the 82.5 women. So the second place lifter in the 82.5s, the second place total, actually exceeded the second place total of the 90 kilo women. So in that situation, if a 90 kilo national champion backed out, the next best total at 90 kilos, the way they proposed it, would make the team, even though the lifter in the lower weight class out totaled that 90 kilo lifter. So to me, it doesn't make sense because you're just filling the gap based on the luck of who declines their spot versus merit of the best pound
Mm,
for pound lifter of dots. That's argument number one. Argument number two is the team scoring at IDFPA Worlds is done by dots, literally by dots. It's the top five lifters, the sum of their dots points. So if we're selecting and we use USA Powerlifting still uses dots as their measurement for best overall lifter. So it'd be different if we used like a different formula or some other whatever, but literally we use dots. So dots selects the best lifter and it selects the lifter that's going to score the best for the team. To me, that just is a no-brainer of how you select the national team. And in fact, there's many cases, again, using nationals from 2025, there are some weight classes that have like 3 or 4 lifters that have a higher total than the national champion. So how can you argue that that lifter shouldn't be one of the top alternates versus, just the luck of, oh, the national champion in my weight class declined. So
Right.
now I get a spot. That's just my thoughts. And, I think it needs to be, they're going to announce it at some point. They're still, I know the EC is talking about it and like how they're going to do it. But if Josh Rohr is making the decision, it's 100% you do the alternates by dots. I think you have to reward the national champions and give them first opportunity. And in some situations, those national champions wouldn't be the highest ranked lifters by dots. But if we're selecting alternates, that needs to be by dots so that we take the best lifters.
Hmm. How had it been done before, like when
So
we were part of the
great
other
question.
organization?
So when we were part of the, we had alternates were selected. Each team was a little bit different. The national team coaches kind of got to create their own criteria.
Hmm.
But in general, the national champions made the team, and then the alternates were selected by Carpino formula. And what the Carpino formula is, it ranks you how you would have placed at Worlds on average over the last 3 years with your total. So again, it was prioritizing the lifters that would place the highest at Worlds, aka who would score the most points for the team.
Hmm.
Because the way they do it, it's first place in your weight class gets so many points for the team, second place in your weight class gets so many points, etc. So it was rewarding people that would place the highest and selecting people who would place the highest, aka who would score the best for the team. So it wasn't always the highest dots points because obviously like a weaker weight class, you might have a lower dots point lifter in that situation rank higher Carpino because they would score more team points. And that's, again, so if that's either way, if that's our only goal is to field the best team, then the lifters need to be selected by dots. If our goal is
Right.
to select the best pound for pound lifters, that's also dots. So it just seems to be a no brainer,
Hmm.
in my opinion, how we select alternates.
Right. And it not being defined is odd.
And it's pretty simple because it's straight up, when you weight class you're in, and then dots after that. And then if you go back to the other organization, how they did it. So like some of I know like the open equip team in the years past, they had the automatic qualification was win your weight class and have a 3.0 Carpino, meaning your total would also place you on average third place or higher. So if you won
Hmm.
your weight class but were below that 3, you got put in the alternate pool with everybody else by Carpino, so you didn't guarantee a spot. So that's again, that's not how USA Powerlifting is doing it, but that was how USA Powerlifting did it years ago with the open national team for
Hmm.
equipped.
That's right. I do
Or it
remember
might
that.
have been a Carpino of 5, like top 5. It was something like that
Right.
where, just showing up uncontested with a total that wouldn't even that would be dead last doesn't necessarily earn you a spot.
Right.
And again, it makes sense because the idea is to field the strongest team and get the most deserving lifters
Right.
to go.
Right. Makes sense to me.
Yep. So that's
Yeah.
my soapbox that I'm on right now is that's how that's how the team selection should be done after the national champions. And I guess the other thing is, so this is a little nuance that was in the IDFPA rule book. The rule book says you're allowed 12 competitors spread throughout 12 weight classes with no more than 2 lifters in a weight class. That's pretty standard. There's 12 weight classes. So 12 competitors, that's how it's always been, with no more than 2 in a weight class. But the interesting nuance of the IDFPA rulebook, it says each team is allowed 12 competitors spread throughout 12 weight classes. It doesn't say each nation. So, for example, this year, USA Powerlifting is actually sending 2 teams, a scoring team and an alternate team. Both are going to get to compete, but there's only one actual scoring team. So that's
Hmm.
kind of the reason why this alternate selection is important because if you just take the second place lifters of every weight class for the alternate team, there's much more deserving lifters
That should be scored.
potentially that should be scored. Yeah. And also, like,
Mm.
if a scoring team member, national champion, does back out, you want the next highest lifter, highest ranking lifter to be on the scoring team.
Right.
So, and if everybody accepts their spot and nobody declines, it's very possible that the alternate team actually scores better as a team than the scoring team because the national champions might not have the highest dots of all the people. But so what? So be it. The national champions, in my opinion, deserve
Right.
first right of refusal.
Agree.
Anyway,
Wow,
that's
you
my
are a
thoughts on
geek.
that. How could yeah? How confusing was that? Did it make sense to you what I was saying?
It did, actually, but
Good,
mostly.
mostly. So, what questions do you have? I would be happy to field questions about that.
God, no, no.
Move on. Let me off this phone call. There's something else I was gonna say, and I can't remember what it was now. Daggone it, I didn't write
I
it
don't
down.
know. I feel like you're on the border of being a little angry.
I am a little, I am.
Sense it.
I need
Where's
some
the anger
uplifting
coming
songs.
from?
I don't, I was thinking about that. I don't know. I am angry today.
Huh.
I don't know why.
I think you need to journal.
Maybe
Huh. Yeah. There's something going on with Josh. We don't
something's
know
going
what.
on with
You,
Josh.
you're gonna have to get back to us. So I see some deadlines looming for the club coach class.
Yeah, so there's actually two classes. There's the June 6th online, which is the club coach certification course, aka level 1. That's being hosted online by Sophia Veris. The deadline for that is May 14th. And then there's also the June 9th National Coach Certification, which is being held in Lombard, Illinois, as part of Masters in Equipped Raw Nationals. That's going to be on a Tuesday. That deadline is also May 14th. So May 14th is the deadline for both those courses. Both of them have prerequisites, but if to take the National Coach Cert, you have to have been a club coach for at least a year, coached at regionals or higher, and there's a couple other prerequisites that are listed there too. So definitely, I really think those are, I mean, I trying to take my bias out of it. It's hard to because like, I am one of the instructors. I really feel like those are very worthwhile classes to take and certifications to attain because it really helps you understand the nuances of some of the coaching things. And the national one, to be honest, like really is pretty much a practical the whole time. So, you're thrown into real situations in real time and it's like fucking figure it out. Like, and then when you can't, we break it down and diagnose what went wrong, what you did, what you could have done differently, things like that.
Fucking figure
So
it out.
yeah, so it's really good. It's kind of a high pressure situational course. We have multiple instructors. So for example, like the club course, it's typically just one instructor, sometimes two for the online, but the national coach cert, it's going to be Paulie Steinman, Dan Gaudreau, and myself. So all three of us are going to be roundtable teaching it. I've been working on some of the additions to this, and there's going to be some fun situational things, both with equip lifting and with meat handling scenarios, running scoreboard stuff. And I also have a few curveballs in there too that I'm not going to say online because I
No,
want people to be
they
caught
wouldn't be
off guard.
curves then.
Yeah. But they're not just like gotcha things. It's like all real situations that happen.
Yeah,
Basically, all I'm saying is if like you know how picky I am, right?
I do.
Just in general. And we've been working on these courses to get them to where like if you have this certification, like I'm comfortable calling you like a fellow coach, I guess. And you know, there's been situations where, you know, somebody's gone through the course and it's like at the end of it, they're like, yeah, they checked all the boxes, but like I'm not sure I would still have them coach my lifter. But basically, you go through these courses now, like you can coach my lifter. I shouldn't
Nice.
say that. They're gonna take all
Don't
all
coach
my
my lifter.
lifters.
They're my lifter. Back off.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Right, right. But if I
Yeah,
was sick
right,
and
right, right.
somebody needed to,
Yeah,
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 that's fair. That's fair.
yeah. So anyway, sign up for that. And there's also some perks that maybe people don't know about. I won't get into that right now, but there's some perks for each level of certified coach.
Perks,
Perks.
not
Yeah,
like Percocets.
correct.
No,
Not
no.
like Percocets. That's a weird pivot. Anyway,
It's a song. Yeah, perks.
yeah. Got it.
Anyway, so there's an update with the Minnesota lawsuit.
Yes, I have not heard anything official from USA Powerlifting. It popped up in my news feed, like
Interesting.
Google News. So
Well, first, should we say what the Minnesota lawsuit is?
yes, the Minnesota lawsuit was by an individual named J.C. Cooper who sued USA Powerlifting for discrimination because this individual is a transgender female that was not allowed to compete in the women's division. And basically, it's been going on since, oh man, I don't even know, 20
2019,
oh wait, the
18,
case began in 2018. Yeah, 2018 was basically not when the case started, but
18.
when JC Cooper was not allowed to compete. So anyway, the original Minnesota court ruled that we did discriminate. USA Powerlifting appealed and won on appeal, and then there was something else that it was sent back to a lower level court, and then we lost again or something. I don't know. I don't know the details anymore. It's been kind of fuzzy. Long story short, the update is there was a settlement, and basically, there's no information that I've found about what actually the settlement includes. But basically, Larry Maley's statement on CBS News is what I'm looking at right now. What the plaintiffs cast as a victory for transgender rights is a ruling that has forced Minnesota to take a step backward for women, fair competition, and common sense. We continue to believe strongly in the merits of our case, which are supported by global competition standards and bipartisan public sentiment, but left with few legal options, settlement is in the best interest of the organization. USA Powerlifting also said in a statement that it has made no decision yet on next steps in its Minnesota operations to comply with the recent ruling, but organization leadership will review the matter in the coming weeks.
Hmm.
So, so I don't really know what all that means in detail, but I just know that there was a settlement, and I guess everybody's trying to move on at this point.
Wow. Yeah, I believe that the state of Minnesota said that USAPL could not hold meets, so no one from Minnesota could be a USA
Yeah,
powerlifting athlete.
correct. That happened for I think whatever year, yeah, whenever that ruling first came out, and then when USA Powerlifting won on appeal, we were allowed to immediately continue operations,
Mm,
and that's still been the case for the last year or two. So
mm,
I don't know what that means now, but it's I'm waiting on an official update from the national office, like on the website or something. But
right.
so far, the only reason I know is because it popped up in my news feed. So
Mm, interesting. Yeah,
anyway,
so that will be interesting. That's all
interesting.
I could say. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have two new meets on the Georgia calendar. August 8th is the USAPL Forge Classic in Alpharetta, and most recently added October 3rd is USAPL's Lifting the House up in Ringgold, Georgia. So as of right now, those are the only two meets left on the calendar for the year. I feel like there's probably going to be one or two more maybe added yet, but as of right now, those are the only official ones.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready for the powerlifting situation, Laura?
Boom, boom, boom.
I'm asking you.
Oh, you're gonna ask me? Oh,
Yep.
okay.
All right. So you volunteered to handle your friend at their meet in 6 weeks. 2 weeks out, you get a call from a very high profile lifter offering to pay you to handle them at the same meet. The two lifters are competing in the same weight class and division. What do you do?
I say I'm sorry. I'm committed already. I don't. I would not feel comfortable coaching someone else that isn't my lifter and trying to get them to beat my lifter. And I'm not going to go back on my volunteer commitment, even if it's a volunteer. Like, I'm not sure I'm not getting paid, but I still said I would do it. Yeah, I would just have to bow out, I think. So, what would you do, Josh?
I mean, I'd kick my friend to the curb and take the money.
No, no. No, you went
Well, I
wrong.
yeah, wrong. So there's a couple thoughts I have on this and things that I would consider. So are they really so again, my what I'm looking at through the lens is can I take care of both of them without necessarily picking a side or doing one an injustice. So yeah, they're in the same weight class and division. are they close enough in total that they're actually going to be competing with each other? Or is one, one's a high profile lifter. So are we talking like national champion caliber? And maybe another one of my lifters is, fairly new. Maybe so. In which case, you know, I will preface this with I would always check with the lifter that I committed to first. The other side of it is it may be a lifter that my lifter like looks up to and would love the opportunity to be in the same circle as them warming up and all these things. So that may actually be something that they would look forward to. If they are close together or, total wise, then yeah, I think it's you can still coach it objectively, but I feel like if one of them is your lifter and one's not your lifter, then you're obviously going to bias towards your own lifter in theory, unless you really don't like them. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I think, you know, the other side of it is like a lot of the coaching meet handling that we do, we kind of do it as a tag team. So like we're used to handling 3, 4, 5, 10 lifters at a time. And we have other coaches there to assist. And then, Wade and myself are on the platform with you while somebody else might have warmed you up. So that could be a situation like that too, where, you know, we have another coach helping and then, we're there to do the attempts. So
Right.
to me, this is not a absolutely no, don't do it because there are scenarios where it could still make sense. But what you said is 100%. The determining factor is your lifter has to still be the priority and get like first priority, I guess, because you already committed to them.
Right. Yep. Don't back out and you jerk just to, I mean, I don't know that anybody would.
Yeah.
And I
It,
have so little brain cells that I don't know that, yeah, I could operate at that
so this
dual
this
level.
actually this actually kind of stemmed from a situation I'm kind of in, although modified a little bit right now. So at nationals, for example, I had somebody reach out to me that wanted to know if I could coach them at the meet, but it's during the same session as two of my other lifters. They're not in the same weight class or division, and I said yes because each lifter is allowed one coach. So as it was, we had two lifters and two coaches, which is Wade and myself. By adding another lifter to our roster, who's again not competing directly with either one of them, we now get a third coach. So we can have two people in the warm up room running it and one person on the platform versus having one person loading all the weights by themselves in the back and one person out front. So it's actually going to make us more efficient as a overall meat handling by having an extra lifter, and it's going to reduce the cost for everybody because it's one extra person paying a share
Mm,
of all of the coach's travel costs. So
true story. See, and that's why you're the coach and I'm just some bitch.
that's you, you said essentially the same thing last week. Oh, I'm
Right.
starting to feel a
Yes.
theme here. Please, everybody, submit these songs for Laura. She needs them.
I clearly do. I have a new lifter tip
Okay.
when doing multiple set reps in a set. Multiple reps in a set. Boy, that was hard to say. Treat the first rep like it's something you're going to do in a meet. So imagine the referee commands, cues, etc. Do a single rep, pause, and then you could do the rest of your reps.
Yep.
I like
I
that.
think, yeah, I think that's a good tip, especially for new lifters, which this is a new lifter tip because we want to be practicing those referee commands and some of those little things that, more experienced lifters just have down already. That's just a good way to always just be in that habit of what it's going to be like in a meet leading in.
Yeah. But I
Yep.
think there's a little bit of a default, like when you're doing a set of five or something, you're just doing five.
Yeah.
But no, it's really you still need to treat at least the first rep like set up, get get tight,
Yeah.
take your time, do the things, get
Do
your
the
routine,
things.
dial it in. Yeah.
Agreed.
So there you go. I'm glad
There
we're
you go.
both in agreement.
Me too. I agree.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're in a better mood now, Josh?
Not really. So I know why I'm
Mhm.
in a bad mood actually, but I'm not sure I want to share it publicly.
Okay. Well, I
But
mean,
I
you
will.
don't have to.
So
Oh,
part of it is I got to be careful how I say this though. I am discussing the team scoring with a few people, and the some of these people I don't think are understanding the concept of what I'm saying. And it's really frustrating me.
Yeah, I could see how that would be frustrating.
So they're
Because
they're insisting that just the next total and by weight classes is the best way to do it. And by every measurable,
reasonable human logic.
yeah, every reasonable human logic that I can think of, like, is the what they're saying doesn't actually make sense of why it's the most fair and the most. So one, yeah, it needs to be fair. It needs to be a fair way to do it, which is, to me, that alone is not fair because it's based on the luck of who declines their spot. Like, I don't control that. It has nothing to do with how good of a lifter I am as the second place total.
Mm,
It's just, no, my national champion backed out. Cool, I get a spot, even though my total
right,
is less
right.
than 3 weight classes below me.
Yeah, right.
Anyway,
Yeah. I mean, there's a new word I heard recently. It was talking about like, leadership at a big company and, how leadership can sometimes make really, I don't want to say stupid decisions, but irrational or illogical decisions. And the term was called leadership. And yeah, at the end of the day, you can voice your opinion and
yeah, but my
do what you can
opinion's
and work
right
for it.
is the problem.
Ah, yeah, there is that, right?
That's the
When
issue.
you know that you're right. And yeah, but even then, you got to let it go because you can be right or you can be pissed off.
And here I am,
And yeah, right.
pissed off.
I, I think there's a saying, a Danism, if you will, where it's like you can have that or you can shit in the other hand. Which one would you rather have? So don't shit in your hand.
Got it.
I don't
Good
actually know how
advice,
that
Dan.
saying makes sense.
I'm pretty sure that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It
I'm
probably you
pretty sure
probably
I've used it wrong.
Yeah, I'm again, if I'm a betting person, I'm going to say that's not exactly how he said it.
I'm gonna have to consult with my local
Eh,
Danism sayer.
and guess what's going to probably be edited out of this and put into the bloopers instead of actually in the episode? That you can shit in your hand. What?
Yeah,
Some
I
of the
got it
bloopers
wrong.
are kind of fabricated because I take them out of context and put them at the end.
Hey, Dan, come here, please.
This is important.
This is important. So that's saying you can have blah blah blah, or you can you can blah 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 in one hand or shit in the other. How does that saying go? And he says, "Did you tell him what I benched the other day?"
No, she didn't.
I didn't. I didn't. Was it 120? 120 kilos. Pause.
Nice.
And he hadn't been benching. He'd just been doing a bunch of dips and weighted dips and pull-ups, and you can have something in one hand and shit in the other. We'll capture the video, Josh, and you can edit it into the blooper reel.
Yeah, maybe just we'll throw it in next week.
We're having
It
heavy
looks
duty
like
allergies over here.
Yeah, it looks like Dan needs reset right now. Like he's froze.
He's froze. Dan's froze.
Need to hit the reset button on that guy.
Oh, oh, nice, nice, nice.
All right,
Well,
let's get the
yeah,
fuck
well,
out of here.
let's get the fuck out of here.
All right. Thank you everybody for listening. Get your top 5 uplifting songs list in by May 16th. Link is in our bio and every episode of the podcast. It's pretty easy to find. Laura and I both need that.
We do. Pull us off the edge, please. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thanks everybody. Later.
Bye now.
And just a friendly reminder, if you are looking for science-based powerlifting programming, look no further than the Team Roar training app. You can find the link to it in the episode description and also get 25% off of your first month using discount code, all capital, PL Ballads Podcast. Happy training.
Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's episode of the Powerlifting and Power Ballads podcast, please remember to subscribe and share it with your friends.
What?
You didn't say anything bad yet.
Oh, we don't.
Welcome. Oh, wait.
We
Oh, my Thomas. Hey, Dan.
whatever. Fuck.